Hello, welcome to Pub Football. Miles and Jimmy here to go through last night's Premier League action and to preview the game on tonight. Now, we both looked at last night's action as a mid-table, nothing to play for, end of the season drab affair. But with the result going the way it does, one of the teams could be in with a very outside shout of European qualification. Crystal Palace hosted Burnley at Selhurst Park. Burnley got the away win, a me goal, not me, Ben me, not me. Commentators Ben Mee, the centre-back, the captain, scored the only goal of the game. You predicted a drab affair. It wasn't the most exciting game of football ever, but what it does do is leave Burnley in 8th position, 45 points. That puts them 4 points off Manchester United, who do have a game in hand in 6th and a guaranteed European spot. 7th is probably a European spot, which they are currently level on points with Tottenham. Tottenham again game in hand, but with the inconsistent form, Burnley could finish in the European places for the second time in 3 years.
It's crazy to think that, isn't it? Because as you mentioned yesterday, their squad is literally down to the bare bones at the moment, isn't it? And they are doing incredibly well. And the game was awful, which was expected. The goal, keeper should have saved it. It went through his hands. And I thought Jordan Ayew should have been sent off as well. He elbowed someone in the face and got away with it. So, really good result for Burnley. Just a rubbish game, but they could seriously get into the European places because everyone seems to be struggling at the moment. So, we'll see.
Well, around them, you've got Wolves are in 5th. So Wolves are currently occupying the Champions League spot, 3 points ahead of Man United. But Man United, we'll talk about the Man United game that's happening tonight a bit later on in the episode. They could jump above Wolves into 5th, which again, like I said, could be a Champions League spot. And you've got Spurs, Burnley, Sheffield United, Arsenal and Crystal Palace. Palace is still only 3 points off Burnley, so if Palace had won, they would have gone to where Burnley are. So for Palace, it's a bit of a blow. It's a missed opportunity. It's a home game against a team that they could have beaten.
Yeah, agreed. Their form's just gone it's just gone down slightly, hasn't it, since the first round of games. I do think missing Zaha. Yeah, they played well once. Obviously they had Liverpool. That's obviously a difficult trip, but you'd expect them to beat Burnley at home, and they didn't. And Benteke did nothing by the sounds of it again, which is completely expected. And I think they were pretty poor by the sounds of it.
I tell you what, Sheffield United have done nothing since the restart. If they'd have beaten Villa, maybe put a show in, they would be right up in there. I mean, they're above Arsenal, but they could be in 5th. I think they were going in there on the same amount of points as Wolves.
Which is crazy because Sean Dyche gets slated every season for his 4-4-2, let's smash it long, let's get Chris Wood winning headers. But it works, and they've got a really decent squad there. And I think Dwight McNeil's a player for the future. And they're just well organised, well drilled, and they're doing what you expect from them.
It feels like 4 or 5 matches ago, and I'm going before the lockdown, that Burnley were on a slide that we thought might end in relegation.
Yeah, it's just crazy how this season can change so quickly. Yeah, as you say, just before lockdown, they were in really poor form, and they've just turned it around, and they could get into Europe. It's just ridiculous.
On to tonight's game, 8:15 at the Amex, Brighton hosting Manchester United, a Man United team who I would say are in form. They scraped it in the FA Cup past Norwich, but they're playing really well and look like, even though they're 3 points behind Wolves with a game in hand, they have superior goal difference. They look like the front runners for that final Champions League spot in 5th.
Definitely, they've picked up big time. Well, they obviously played well before the lockdown, but getting Pogba back fit, Martial scoring goals, Bruno Fernandes looks great. They've got a really good squad at the moment. They're in really good form. And Chelsea are just about doing enough at the moment, winning enough games, keeping ahead of them. But United, Wolves are right on the coattails of them. And it's going to be a tight finish for the Champions League places.
Brighton 6 points clear of the relegation zone at the moment.
They'll be fine.
One win or a win and a draw and they're safe could, if they somehow pulled it off against Man United at the Amex, which, let's be fair, with the form of Man United over the last couple of years, isn't completely out of the question. Would that see them safe?
I think so, mate. I think, as you say, maybe even a win, to be honest. The teams below them are so poor at the moment. That gap is just big enough, I think. And yeah, to be fair, Brighton always do quite well against United at the Amex, but I think it's going to be a away win, mate. Comfortable as well.
You think Brighton would still want to get to 40 points? They're on 33 at the moment, so that's another 7 points. But again,
yeah, I think so. It's kind of the target every team looks for, isn't it? That 40-point golden milestone, and they aren't far away from it. And so I think they might achieve it, to be honest.
Okay, you said away win. Score prediction?
Yeah, 2-0.
2-0. I'm going to go 4-1 Man United.
Where's that come from?
I don't know. I feel like they've got a clinic in them. I really do. I think Pogba, Fernandes will both play. Fernandes might be rested, actually. He's started every game. But I think that there's going to be a game that they come alive and absolutely pump somebody. And it'll be a bit of a wake-up call, because I know it sounds very premature, but the Man United side I've seen since coming back and slightly towards the end of the regular season, I guess, before lockdown, makes me think that they could be slowly coming back. Slowly.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. They've got the foundations now, haven't they? And they've got kind of that spine, and you've got Brandon Williams coming through. Players are playing well. There's something about United now. They're not dull to watch. They're quite a good side now, and it's slowly getting there. And faith has been repaid in Solskjaer. Very nice.
It's going to be a top 7 next year, and it's not going to involve Arsenal, but it'll involve Man United and involve Wolves as well. Anyway, that was Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. We'll be back tomorrow, because there's lots of games tomorrow evening. We'll also look back at whatever the result is on Brighton Man United tonight. Leave your score predictions in the comments. Make sure you follow us, like us, subscribe us, head to our Instagram page at pub_football. We post up all our score predictions there as well, and some other little photos and just some little football related content. Enjoy the rest of your day, and coffee cheers.